Welcome back guys to a brand new video, and now today we have all of your daily ARK Survival Ascended news. As you guys know, in these news videos we cover everything that the devs talk about on the Discord, all of the biggest topics building up to launch, which shouldn't be any longer than 3.5 weeks time. We're so close now guys. It has been obviously the end of the official servers for ARK Survival Evolved. We're moving, things are happening fast, and one of the biggest topics recently were cryopods. So let's talk about what to expect from launch, when you're going to be able to see cryopods, and actually how you will be able to get them in an unofficial way for the game. Now make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to keep up to date with your latest ARK Survival Ascended news. You guys have been showing crazy support on the channel recently. I seriously, I can't even say thank you enough how amazing it's been. I've had probably the best last week on the channel I've had in such a long time. Like, it's just that stream alone was just like the most emotional stream when the servers went down. I still can't get over it, so looking forward to a positive week ahead. Anyway, now guys, let's get in with the video. ARK Survival Ascended news, and the day today is Tuesday the 3rd of October. So let's get in with it. So I feel we're going to start a lot with the cryopod stuff first. So someone just said on the Discord saying, the one thing I don't get is people who don't want cryopods. Can't you just choose to not use them? Seems dumb to just obviously say this and instead of removing them and stuff. Now, one thing before I get into Dolly's response is they're not removing cryopods from the game, by the way, guys. Like, the only reason the cryopods, the devs have said, aren't in the game is they just haven't remastered them yet. Now, of course, they could have remastered them and prepared them, but they wanted to give us a proper, from the beginning, experience start of ARK Survival Evolved, but like an updated, ascended version. I completely understand that people are frustrated about not having them in the game. It's going to be like old days, but that's what Wildcard want to do. They want to give like a proper fresh start to the game, and I can see why so many people are frustrated. It's going to make a lot of things harder and cause just like, you know, well, it's like timing, isn't it? It's a timing issue. So I completely get that. Dolly went on to respond saying, we want to observe a critical mass without cryos for early access, along with other things we've tweaked. Also, just not using them doesn't really hold weight when it changes aspects of how people play and where they build anyway. And not all PvP players want them, by the way. We still try and get this, we'd still try this anyway, but just to be clear, statements like, this group of players feel this way is very rarely accurate. Now, I get this as well, like, you know, I'm happy to start from afresh, like right from the beginning. I know it's going to be stressful. I know it's going to be hard, but also something people need to remember is there's going to be people that have never played ARK Survival, any of the game before. So they're going to be thinking of like starting from the beginning on ARK Survival Ascending, because when it's promoted and when it's advertised and stuff, some people may not even know about ARK. I mean, I sometimes live my life going around people saying, oh, you're a YouTuber. What game do you play? And I'll be like, ARK. And a lot of the time, a lot of people know the game, but they haven't played it, or some people don't know it. And then when it gets advertised, they might want to try it or something. And so I do feel like I get where Wildcard are coming from. But look forward to maybe having, well, obviously, definitely having cryopods in the future. And it's going to be released a lot faster than the past. Their content roadmap, they're going to be releasing them to us soon, is a very fast-paced roadmap. So cryopods won't be out of the game for that long, so we don't have to worry. But unofficially, this is something else I wanted to share. So Jat has been saying, yeah, I got no doubt in mind within 2 weeks of the game being released, there will be cryo mods and mods for whatever else we haven't remastered. So this is something that a lot of players can, like, if you play on unofficial or you play on single player for both console and PC, because obviously mods are coming for both platforms, you're going to have access to be able to get a modded version of the cryopods. Like, it's going to be exactly the same as the cryopods before, and it just means you won't have them on official. The official side of things is going all the way back to the past, where we all first started back in 2015, and that's pretty much the way the game's going to be moving on until the DLC drops and we do get Cryopods back in. So don't worry, the DLCs will be dropping fast, and you have to remember the roadmap is to try and launch ARK 2 at the end of 2024, and Wildcard have already told us the set pace of how they're planning to release the DLCs, and it's all within the space of like a year and a half. So Cryopods will be in the game without a doubt very fast, but you will have the chance to mod them into the game, and that's for console as well. So don't worry all that too much. But I do know there's going to still be people watching this that are going to be very upset they're not in. But I just thought I'd just share my opinion on what I thought of the matter there and on what the devs have said. So also another one as well, someone said, can we have Skiff on the island, please? And pretty much the same response there. Someone might just mod it in. As Jat said over here, you know, any other stuff they haven't remastered so far, someone will mod it into the game. So you'll be able to have this unofficially, all this different type of content. And I understand it's not as fun when you want to be grinding official, but I really think it will put the official network in a healthy place, starting from the beginning again. All the stuff we've learned from the past of how the old game started, and then starting it off in a better place at the beginning, and making sure that Wildcard and us as a community don't make the same sort of mistakes we've made in the past from what we've learned, what works and what doesn't work. I just think it will work quite well. So what I thought I would do as well, so that was the main sort of chatter from the developers over the last, really wanted to focus it on Cryopods because I've noticed it's a huge issue at the moment. But then I just wanted to go through why this is happening, what is going on, and a little bit of a breakdown of what came out on a Saturday morning. So what content changes have been made for day one: caves, rafts, Cryopods, tech, and giant squirrels. This is a hot topic and we wanted to clarify our intentions, but we wouldn't be surprised if some things have slipped through the cracks, which is something I mentioned in the other video. Yeah, we've slipped some things through the cracks. I've made a few videos on it, but anyway, so generally we intend to release content based on the map it launched with. It doesn't matter when it launched. For example, the rafts will be available on day one and the Sky Giga on the island. However, the tech, creature variants and Cryopods will not be available. We have done a pass on caves with some balance. That's a TLC pass, by the way, with some balance adjustments to choke points and improve the cave's internal appearance. We were hesitant to make dramatic changes to the cave balance, as while in the meta in ARK Survival Evolved had flaws, we didn't feel like a complete overhaul was wise. Between these changes and other adjustments throughout the game, we expect to see some shifts in meta players create. We plan to monitor the impact of these moving parts in the hands of thousands of players and pivot as needed post-launch. Honestly, there are a fair number of changes on the gameplay side, so the building is getting overhauled. Really looking forward to seeing the building changes and how it's going to work in the new game. I feel like for YouTubers such as like Aaron Longstaff and some other guys that do the building, I'm looking forward to seeing how their videos are going to come across. But also disabled leveling of movement speed on creatures on official network as well. Unofficials can change this via the config, of course. We see the conversations. We already did a while back. So no leveling of movement speed on creatures and players on the official network is one hell of a change. Like that is crazy. So I think the reason I've read a lot, the reason they're looking to do this is to balance the official networks, to stop players being able to go too crazy with the speeds. Obviously, when the flyers got them, it made a big impact. But obviously, on unofficials, you guys can still get the player speeds upgraded. It's going to be small dino quality of lives, just like when we got the TLC passes in the. I hope that they're just going to look a lot better. Like, I don't want to like load into ARK Survival Ascended and see that the Carno looks the same but just a little bit better. I really feel like it needed that big upgrade. So hopefully that is with the small dino quality of life that will come in. Breeding changes. So this one sounds scary. We know our product and QA teams were freaking out about it, but generally our intention hasn't been to change the strength of the creatures, but to make the implementation cleaner. Previously, mutations were based on a creature's wild stat multiplier, and now we've been given we've given its multiplier. Sorry. This has led to some creatures receiving some buffs/nerfs in particular stats, but we intend to rebalance this over time as we evaluate their roles in the meta. We want your feedback on that. And also, we have not fixed getting more than 20 mutations, but we removed the 255 cap so that servers can specify a cap. We'll leave it for as it is for our officials 255, but it is open to adjustments. And also, of course, these examples don't cover everything you can expect to see if redesigned in ASA. We could wax lyrical about the environment, water, sky, and how adorable wild babies are, but we'll let the game speak 1,000 words really soon. And then another 2 extra bits I just wanted to add in just for extra content. Character creation overhaul. So it was paramount to our art team that we overhaul the character creation system for ASA so that characters look less survival jank. As we successfully did that, but then we decided to say screw it and allow you to mess with all the bones and scalars anyway. So yeah, you can make something that really feels nice and polished, or you can choose to make a character of questionable proportions that looks like it belongs to ARK Survival Evolved, but next gen. So I like they've kept that the old way. That's very cool. So events, extra life, and ASA content as the final last bit of the video. So yes, we will still be doing these. The first ASA event will be extra life. Really looking forward to that because I'm sure that will potentially be the Scorched Earth announcement. How weird is it when we had the Scorched Earth announcement in an extra life years ago, and now we're going back to something like that, bonus rates and all that jazz. And then we'll be doing our first content related event in December with the launch of Winter Wonderland, and just as mentioned above, ASA has its own content roadmap, but it's too soon to talk about that. So yeah, I was surprised by the looks since they've not said anything on Fear Evolved, so it doesn't look like we're getting a Halloween update. Really upset about that because like for some reason this year more than any year, I'd say the last couple of years I haven't really been that excited about Halloween. I tried to get into it and just never really had anything to be excited for Halloween for, but ARK was the reason it got me more in that sort of spooky excitement, and this year I just seem to be more excited for it, and the fact that it's not going to be on ARK this year with the new version is sad, but at least we can look forward to a great Christmas in December with the launch of Winter Wonderland, and an ASA content roadmap will be coming probably later on when the game's already launched. So lots to look forward to, you guys. I'm gonna, as I said, be covering anything that's said in the Discord building up to launch. I know this is important to a lot of people that are making these videos. I see you guys are loving it in the comment section. I'm reading all of the responses, and I'm going to be keeping that up for you guys, building up over the next 3.5 weeks. Because can you believe already, is it the 3rd today? The 3rd of October already. So we're so close to launch now. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will catch you guys in my next ARK video very soon. See you guys then.